I had the pleasure to interview the lovely couple Sergio and Caroline. Sergio Carrallo is a Spanish, famous retired football player who is mostly known as a businessman and TV personality married to the British celebrity Caroline Stanbury from Real Heights of Dubai. Hi, Caroline and Sergio. Thank you for being here and welcome to On the Road to Success show. Caroline, you look so beautiful. I love how you care for your image and how you drive in your business. And Sergio, I love your openness and your sensitivity and how you support your partner. Gracias por estar aquí.
Oh, oh, a la
Thank-
española, ahí.
Sí, habla español, sí, claro. Sí, well, the first, I'm curious about your non-conforming, the new brand, your non-conforming brand. And I fall into that category as a female software engineer and also a Latina singing, recording artist for jazz and gospel, and also having relationships with men that are 15 years younger than me. So, how important it is this brand for you guys, this to embrace this life of non-conforming, and how can we support you?
I mean, for me, it's massively important because I think, I was taught to conform my entire life, which I think, it's funny being put into a school that was meant to teach me that from a very young age. I came out going, fuck this, to put it
No,
mildly. And I'm not going to be told what to do ever again, ever. And so I think, when everyone told me, I couldn't do certain things, I just went ahead and did them. Like, if my father said I couldn't have a certain boyfriend, that was the one I was absolutely in love with. And then, if the world told me I'm not going to be able to leave my, normal life and marry a 24-year-old, well, I went and did it anyway. Not one person said to me, this is a good idea. But it's normal and I understand that. But what I want to teach people is there is different ways, and that, just because everyone's telling you your way is wrong doesn't mean their way is right.
Absolutely, I can totally relate. Same thing, same kind of school, lived in London and went to the same school. My parents didn't support my careers and neither my relationships either. So it's really interesting that you're going for this. I totally relate. And the other question that I had was about network and really creating businesses. You know that business success is about your network. If you had to go back, knowing what you know now, what would be the first step to build a high-end network?
Be authentic and be real.
I don't know. I think mine came from, I went to British boarding school. So everyone from a good family was shoved there anyway. So you kind of grew up with everybody. And then we had dances with other people. So mine was kind of, a societal thing because, I spent most of my life in boarding school and we only got to, hang out with other people in boarding schools because the schools mixed or they had dances or whatever else. And that's all you ever saw. So I'm not saying rightly or wrongly, it's just the very British old school way. I don't think it happens so much anymore because there's people from all over the world that comes to these schools, and that, the schools have opened up and people don't really board from such a young age and all of these things. But that's how it was for us. It was very, very cliquey, and our families all knew each other and everyone was introduced to each other, and that's it. So having grown up, it doesn't matter, if you knew somebody else's surname, then you knew they were from an okay family, a good family, then you knew that your child could hang out with them.
Absolutely, yes. So of course, meeting other people from the schools that you're around with, from the different circles that you meet, that's how you connect with people to build your business. Now you have been able to build success and migrate from country to country and build a dream life. And you have leveraged your cultural backgrounds and differences to and also monetize your personal brand through social media. The immigrants of these times want to do the same. What would be a tip that you would give them to these people to turn their visions into reality?
I think I moved to Dubai not knowing anybody. I'd been here once on holiday and now I know everybody. So I think it's being open, as he said, authentic, saying, my mother always said, say yes to everything because you never know where it's going to lead you. Accept your invitations, go out for dinners. Now we say no because we are rammed. We don't want to go out anymore. But the beginning, you just have to put yourself out there.
You have to do it. And basically you have to use any tools that you have to network, you know. In my case, I use soccer and I use the public figure I have with the football just to kind of open doors, and I start meeting people and stuff. And slowly I kind of got access to everything, you know. But anyone who, you know, is in different industries, they have to use their own tools that they have in their business or in their like kind of like, you know, community, just to kind of, you know, network.
Cultural backgrounds, you've been able to leverage that with all the people that you've been around. So because you're Spanish and you're British and in a world that is international, right? So that's really interesting for me.
Family, and my parents are quite traditional, but because my parents become untraditional because they have four very untraditional. Well, there you go. You see that I forget how many brothers and sisters I have because we didn't grow up together. But you know,
I think slowly every family kind of used to be very traditional, and now, you know, because things have changed, you know, everything is just so much more open. Social media allows people to really see
your family
so much
struggles with it.
Yeah, but like when you talk about them, obviously, yes, but you know, in general, you know, like social media allows you to see so much farther than what you used to be able to, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, like easier now, you know what I mean?
Yes, for me as well, expected to be a software engineer and not be a singer, but then I can do both. Like, why can't I do both? And why no, you have to pick one. Why can't we do both things? Why I can be a professional in one thing and also have different, if you have skills for multiple things, why not monetize all the things that you have skills for, right?
That's my point. Why do you have to have one job? Like everyone's like,
you need to make the most out of, you know, as a human as you can.
If you're an entrepreneur and you're good, you know, you should be able to turn, you need to be able to learn to pivot. You know, God forbid something goes wrong, or, you know, you need to have multiple ways. That's why other people collapse when,
100%.
you know, things go down and they can't adjust because they've lost their job or anything else, because that was all they knew. And in fact, actually, a job is a job is a job. If you can show up, turn up, and you know English, you know numbers, you know this, you can do multiple jobs. 100%. You just have to, you know, focus.
Going from culture to culture, and you've been able to stay true to yourself and stay authentic. How do you manage to do that?
I think, you know, just being ourselves and knowing what we want. I think that was kind of like a very big thing between us. Like we knew where we wanted to go and we knew what we have to do, but always preserving who we are. You know?
I think we chose us over everything.
Yeah.
To me. So like, obviously people want us to conform in some ways and be different, or, you know, we live in a place that you know, we're very loud, for even in the Middle East, obviously. There's no one like us in the Middle East, you know, it's normally the other way around. Men date younger women, not this way around. So he's, or, you know, he's one of one here. So it's you know, we've always just stuck to what we believe. Now we, you know, we take criticism and we'll take, you know, ideas, but fundamentally who we are, you can see on Housewives, you can see on My Normal Life, you know, when the cameras go down, if you follow us, everything continues.
Everything keeps rolling, you know, it's life.
Yeah. You share your vulnerability and you just stay true to yourself. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful journey to life together with us and your community and the whole world. And thank you for sharing your wisdom with my community. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoy this interview and really sparks the question, how do you want to live your life in a non-conforming way, and how to really turn your visions into reality.